Set in the Tuscan region of Italy during the 1800s, Carlo Collodi's timeless children's fantasy tale, The Adventures of Pinocchio, 1883, unfolds the escapades of a lively wooden puppet and his impoverished father. Originally serialized in a weekly children's magazine, the story evolved into a book due to popular demand. Translated into over 260 languages, The Adventures of Pinocchio holds significance as a cornerstone of both Italian and children's literature. In the narrative, Geppetto, a woodcarver, endeavors to craft a wooden puppet with intentions to travel and perform for a livelihood. Gifted an enchanted piece of wood by his friend Mastro Cherry, Geppetto christens the puppet Pinocchio. However, the puppet's mischief begins even in its unfinished state. Its nose grows uncontrollably, and it misbehaves by sticking out its tongue and even stealing Geppetto's wig before darting away. Pursuing the puppet, Geppetto finds himself apprehended by a policeman, accused of disturbance, while Pinocchio is sent home. Back at home, Pinocchio encounters a cricket on the wall, warning him of the dire consequences that await disobedient children who disregard their parents' advice. Enraged by the cricket's words, Pinocchio fatally strikes it with a hammer. Soon overcome by hunger, he ventures into town to beg for food but is met with disdain as a bucket of water is thrown over him. Cold and hungry, Pinocchio returns to Geppetto's cottage, falling asleep by the fire and inadvertently burning his feet. Upon Geppetto's return, Pinocchio promises to amend his ways and attend school, prompting Geppetto to fashion new feet for him. Moved by his father's sacrifices, Pinocchio expresses gratitude through a kiss. The following day, enticed by the sound of pipe music, Pinocchio's adventure continues. Disregarding his previous commitments, he is lured by the melodious tunes to a puppet theater, sacrificing his schoolbook for admission. Enticed by the performance, he is pulled onto the stage to dance and sing, much to the ire of Fire Eater, the puppet master, who threatens to use him as firewood. Overwhelmed by fear, Pinocchio's tears move Fire Eater, who spares him and opts to burn another puppet instead. Touched by Pinocchio's selflessness in offering to sacrifice himself, Fire Eater releases him and gifts him 5 gold coins. On his way home, Pinocchio encounters a fox with a feigned disability and a cat pretending to be blind. Revealing his newfound wealth, he unwittingly attracts their attention, and they deceive him into believing that burying the gold coins in a specific field will multiply them. Accompanying them to an inn, Pinocchio is left with the bill as the fox and cat indulge in luxury. The following day, Pinocchio falls prey to the disguised fox and cat, who attempt to steal his remaining coins. Nearly meeting his demise, he is saved by a fairy, who adopts him as her brother. Summoning Geppetto, the fairy aids Pinocchio in reuniting with his father. However, on his journey home, Pinocchio encounters the fox and cat once more, who coax him into venturing to the promised field. Despite warnings from the ghost of the talking cricket, Pinocchio disregards the advice and continues with the fox and cat. Arriving at the city of Simple Simons, Pinocchio falls victim to their deceit and buries the gold coins as instructed, only to discover their treachery later. Accused of ignorance, Pinocchio is imprisoned for his misfortune, enduring 4 months of confinement before his eventual release. A serpent's assault is thwarted as it suffers a sudden heart attack. Subsequently, a farmer seizes Pinocchio, relegating him to the role of a guard dog. Returning to the cottage, where he last saw his father and the fairy, Pinocchio receives news from a pigeon that Geppetto has embarked on a voyage to search for his missing son. Determined to reunite with his father, Pinocchio ventures into the sea, guided by a dolphin's revelation that Geppetto has been engulfed by a colossal shark. Pressing onward, Pinocchio finds himself in the land of busy bees, where hunger compels him to plead for sustenance. Instead, he is offered employment in exchange for food, to which he begrudgingly agrees after an encounter with an old woman who turns out to be the fairy, now resembling a motherly figure. Expressing his desire to become a real boy, Pinocchio is informed by the fairy that his transformation hinges on diligence in both schooling and work, to which he dutifully commits for a period. However, influenced by his friend Lampwick, Pinocchio is enticed to journey to the land of toys, where carefree days turn ominous as the boys gradually metamorphose into donkeys, destined for sale at market. Purchased by a callous musician intent on using him for a drum, Pinocchio faces peril as he is cast into the sea with a stone tied around his neck. Saved from drowning by the fairy's intervention, he is once again swallowed by the shark, only to find Geppetto imprisoned within its belly. In a daring escape, Pinocchio carries Geppetto to safety, eventually finding solace in the humble life of a farmhand. Devoted to his studies by night, Pinocchio's altruism shines through as he sacrifices his meager savings for the fairy's medical care. Awakening to a miraculous transformation, he discovers himself transformed into a real boy, with Geppetto restored to health and their abode transformed into a splendid dwelling, symbolizing their newfound happiness and prosperity. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.